it's your girl Frenchi. You're going next door to that. Make sure my neighbors. Hi neighbors, I hope y'all doing good today. I am doing well. As you can see, I am back with another video. Thank you guys for staying tuned. If you decided to come back to my channel after my last video where I told you guys what I have been up to and what's been going on with me, I thought I would do another just sit down and chit chat with you all about what's been going on in my life. Currently, I told you I have been going through some changes, some spiritual changes, some emotional changes and things like that. I'll probably do like I guess a weight loss. I don't know if I'll do a weight loss one next or if I'll do like where I actually work outside of YouTube, because I know a lot of people have asked me like where do I work, being that I get disability and stuff. So where do I work that I can like actually work and still keep disability? So I think I might do one of those two videos next, but right now I just wanted to kind of like catch you guys up on what I've been doing, what I've been going through as far as like spiritually. So I don't know if anybody follows me on Instagram, but if you do, you would have noticed that last year in January I started getting more into posting things dealing with chakras. So I posted my first chakra post in January 2018. So yes, it was last year. And as you can see here, I started posting about chakra information, and just like if you click on these, it'll tell you what chakras is, what month. I dedicated each month to a different chakra. And I kind of just wanted you guys to like, or whoever, basically to understand like what each chakra was, what it meant, and just put up some nice quotes to go with it. And then, you know, I ran out because there's only 7 chakras and there's 12 months in the year. So I had to start posting other things like quotes and stuff like that. But I just wanted to sit down with you guys and let you know what inspired me to start getting more spiritual. So I really don't know what it was. Like, I'm one of those people who, when my sister or my mom or my aunt say they went to church, I feel real bad that I didn't go. Like, I feel horrible that I didn't go. But it's because I grew up in the church. So when someone says, I went to church, you want to go? And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. Or I haven't been to church since like Easter Sunday. Or no, I don't want to go to church for Palm Sunday because I'm going to be one of them people who ain't been there since last Palm Sunday. Like, no, I didn't want to be like one of those people. And I have a strong connection with God, and so I have my own relationship with God, as everyone should have. But the whole church environment thing, like, and going Wednesdays and Thursday nights, stuff like that, like, I'm just not that kind of person. It's not for me. It's not that I don't love God. I don't want to learn the word, but it's just, like, a lot of questions I have about spirituality as far as, like, religion and things like that can't be answered. Like, how did this get here? Or how did this happen? Or how did this take place? So it's really difficult for me to go to church without this question in the back of my head. And you're not supposed to question God, and I don't. So I just choose not to participate in church every single Sunday, but I do go to church every now and then. But I still felt a really strong calling to do something. Even if I didn't get up on Sunday, I would still watch like Joe. Oh, that's my, what the heck is that smell? It's my incense. I have a citrus and sage incense burning, if you can see. If I can focus the camera. I have a citrus and sage incense burning. I have some crystals back here. I have some candles burning. I'm just trying to set the vibe for this video so that I can get the energy and the courage to talk about it, because spirituality is a real difficult thing to talk about. Especially if you don't know what you're talking about, which half people don't really know. You know, spirituality and religion is really everyone's own interpretation. So, but yeah, like, I would watch Joel Osteen, I would watch Church Online, and I just kind of felt like this not enough. Like, I even was paying tithes online, you guys, but it just wasn't enough for me, especially after my grandparents died. I needed more. My spirit was calling, my heart, my body and soul was calling for me to do more, to seek more. And so, what happened was, I've always been a writer. I have notebooks beyond notebooks. I have notebooks from middle school, still with poems and things in them that I used to write. I keep every single last diary I've ever owned since the 8th grade. Like, I think maybe even since 5th grade. When I got my first journal, I've kept every diary I've owned. I've always been a strong writer. I've been told I should write a book so many times, and I just have not sat down and dedicated myself to writing. And I don't know why I haven't, but I just haven't. But anyway, I started writing, and I started writing about numerology. And I started writing about numerology because I would watch Lisa Lefta Lopez documentary on how she, I don't know why I'm so oily. I would watch her documentary on how she not how she died, but when she went down to see Dr. CB and kind of broke off from TLC so much. And I love watching that documentary. And what happened was, like, back in 2005, I sat down with my notebook, pen and paper, and I said, I'm about to watch this whole documentary. And anybody who knows Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Tupac are the two people who always spit real facts. I'm talking about everything they say just kind of registers with you in some way. Just kind of, it means something to you. They don't speak without it meaning something. When you walk away from a conversation or hearing them speak, you take something with you. And throughout the whole documentary, there was this numerology thing that they would post in the video, in the documentary. And I got real interested in that. So I started taking notes on numerology. Well, I had to go, I think, maybe pick my husband up for work or something halfway through the documentary. So I literally clicked pause on my computer, went to go get him from work, came back home, picked up my notebook, got my pen, and YouTube said this video is no longer, like, due to copyright or something like that. This video was no longer, like, available. So I searched the internet high and low. I searched YouTube high and low and could not find this video anywhere. And I was only on like numerology number 4. And I was like, this is so strange. Why the one time I decide I want to learn about numerology, the video disappears. It was the weirdest thing ever. So I started doing my own little research on numerology and things of that nature. And I couldn't find anything as detailed or as passionate as the way Left Eye. Well, I couldn't find anyone talking about it as the way Left Eye was talking about it. Because growing up listening to TLC and their music, it just automatically clicked in my mind that I felt a connection with the way she was speaking about it. Because when you search up numerology, astrology, zodiac signs, tarot cards, you start finding all different kinds of stuff. And it can take you down a dark path, or it can take you to a very bright, eye-opening path. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to find something that registered with me. So I just kind of forgot all about it because it really wasn't that big a deal. But then, like, about a year or two later, my husband was like, guess what popped up in my recommended today? And I was like, what? He was like, Left Eye documentary. And I said, you're shitting me. He was like, I'm not playing. It's on there now. And I was like, how weird, because it had been posted years ago and it had all these comments on it as if the video never left. But just that day, it was gone. So some months went by. I finally typed the video back in. I went to the computer and I got my notebook again. I got my phone and I started jotting down these notes again. And I started typing everything in my phone and my tablet. Do you know I fell at work, cracked my phone busted. I had to factory reset my phone, all my notes gone. All my notes on numerology gone. Some notes came back, but all the notes on numerology were gone. The notes I wrote down were not as detailed because I got to type into my phone was a little bit quicker. And then my tablet, the notes I had in my tablet, because I was going back and forth because I think my tablet was about to die midway through the documentary. So I started using that for the notes and watching the video on my phone. If you watch my vlogs back then, my tablet screen cracked and I had to use Apple Care to replace my tablet, so the notes were gone. So this is the second time I'm trying to learn about numerology, and I'm like, maybe it's a sign I don't need to learn about numerology. But I'm one of them people, I'm an Aries, I'm one of them people that's like, nah, that ain't gonna stop me. So eventually I finally sat down and started looking into the numbers, and I don't mean studying, I mean just kind of vaguely going over what numbers mean when you see them, what dates mean, what numbers, how does your birthday equate to something happening to your life? When you see 1111 on the clock, what does that mean? When you see a number repeating itself, it don't always mean go run down to the gas station and go down to the Shell and pay the lottery number. But like, I just really wanted to know like what like numbers popping up in your life all the time meant. So I learned in learning numerology that it kind of bounced off like astrology. And I don't mean just like your horoscope, but your horoscope essentially is like basically a tarot reading. And people don't know this. astrologers use the signs and numerology and where the planets are and where they are at, latitude, longitude. I'm just making up words at this point, but you get what I'm saying. Like where the planet is at the time of day, at the time of the day, plus what day it is, to come up with your horoscope. The horoscope that you read in the back of the magazine is all numbers. So numerology and astrology goes hand in hand. And I'm one of them people that love to pick up a magazine and read my horoscope. And so when I started doing some research on wanting to know my horoscope and how numerology correlated with that, I started wanting to know about other signs, because I have a plethora of other people who I know and love, and I want to know what their signs mean for them as well. And honey, when I started reading the signs and studying like what signs meant what, like what a Cancer was, what a Sagittarius was, what a Libra was, what a Virgo was, what a Capricorn was, like in relation to me, I was like, wow, I gotta find out more. So I started, kid you not, writing down all of the signs one by one. One by freaking one. I started writing down what signs are what, just so I could have a better understanding of the people who are in my life and the people who are around me. This goes all the way from Aries to Pisces. I started getting in detail. I'm talking about, I wanted to know. And I'm sure there's a book that I could have bought that would have taught me, but it's nothing like writing something down. And I've always been a writer, so I love writing stuff down. So this year I vowed to myself kind of like, let me take this a little bit more serious. And I'm not like gung-ho, dead into it, about to like, yo, you can't talk to me if it's your sign or you was born on this day. Like, I'm not about to be like that, but like, I'm not going to be like super, I've always been called a hippie, like / white girl. Like in high school, like my nickname was white girl, but like, I just really wanted to get in tune with something. Like this was feeding the calling I was getting. Like this was feeding it. Learning, writing, diving head first into it. Whenever I would look up something on numerology and astrology, tarot cards would pop up automatically. And I'm like, ooh, I'm not about to dare. Honey, look, I'm not about to dare get in the tarot cards, because honey, you know how they be like on Eve's Bayou and all them movies where they got the cards and they spreading them out. What's that movie, the little leprechaun movie where they flip that death card and bam, you gonna die. What was it, Carmen? What movie was that Beyonce was in? When her name was Carmen and she was in that movie with Mekhi Phifer. I'm gonna tell y'all the name of that movie. Yeah, it was Carmen, a hip opera. Y'all remember that movie? In that movie, she got that daggone death card, and she was like, No. Like, I forget how the movie go, but y'all, that's how it was when, the tarot cards are always depicted as something evil in movies. Yet, every time I'm researching numerology and astrology, which is something I'm learning to love, this comes up. So I'm like, let me do some actual real research on it, not just movie-based theories. And sure enough, tarot cards are really what you make of them. Just like astrology, just like numerology. You can look at the numbers 666 and you can see, oh, that's the devil sign. Or you can go on Instagram, go to search, type in the number 666, and you can see for yourself that 666 means letting go of ego, having faith, and maintaining abundance. Like, this is what I mean by stuff can have alternate meanings. Like, it's definitely how you perceive it. Like 111, 222, 333, or it can come in force 1111, 2222, 3333. Like, it all just depends on who you are as a person. And me, I don't have a negative or ill will spirit in my body. So, I start looking into tarot cards more. And there's also a girl who I follow on Instagram. Her name is the Kitchen Goddess, I believe. But I think she goes by the Hood Healer. This is her Instagram. And she does live tarot card readings for just general signs. So like, for example, she'll say, oh, it's Aries season, let's do some readings for Aries. But then she'll also go like, oh, well, let's do some readings for Pisces, let's do some readings for Cancer, Aquarius, like let's do some readings for all the signs. And every time she did a reading for Aries, which is my sign, of course, it was always like on point, like something I was going through. And I'm like, well, how does the signs and tarot cards relate? So then I got my notebook again, and I started like writing down kind of like what tarot cards mean. But there's so many cards, you guys. There's like 72 or 78 cards. But it's just been something that's been taking my time, occupying my time, and it's been making me feel good. Okay, it's 78 cards in total, and I've learned the first 22, and then I'm studying the last 56 now. So I'm slowly learning. I also learned a long time ago that you're never supposed to buy your own tarot cards, or you're not supposed to ever buy your own first deck. But I reached out to some celebrity astrologers who actually responded to me in DM and told me it was perfectly fine. That's just a rumor. Like you say, it's all about what you believe. And if you believe that the cards are going to be negative when you purchase them, then that's what they're going to be. But I watched some YouTube videos on some sisters who do tarot card readings and who are learning about tarot. And so I saw a girl who she actually said these little cards from Miss Cleo were cheap. Now, God rest Miss Cleo's soul, and I know she was a crook. However, the cards was $4 and some change. So I got these cards. This is my first deck I bought. What I did was, did not shuffle. Oh, I didn't shuffle one. Okay, yeah, I just got me some cards for $4 just so I could take and just learn each one. I wanted to learn before I even ever thought about doing a reading. So when I got the cards, I came home, I cleansed them with sage. I put my crystals on top of the box before I even opened them out the plastic. When I did open them out the plastic, I cleaned each card. Sage, smudged is the word. I smudged each and every card one by one. Then I was like, I'm going to take each card and I'm going to learn one by one. But I actually ended up finding an app on the Play Store to do so. Then I ordered my second deck from Wish.com. These cards were $8, which I ended up getting my money back for because there's a card missing. But I ended up getting these little Rider-Waite deck cards. I can't use them because I feel like the one card that's missing is going to be the card that I might need, like, might be my reading for that day. So I can't really use these but for to study. And I know which card is missing, so I can just study that on my app. But what's so amazing to me, and what made me really want to share this with you guys, that I'm doing this right now, is because I've been feeling so much better spiritually, so much lighter, so much happier, so much more motivated, so spiritual, so happy. And I have something that I can do in my spare time that's positive, and it brings me joy. And I saw a video, which I will link below, of Janae Aiko. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but she's the person who I have singing in my intro and outro. She actually wakes up every morning, drinks some water, which I do the same thing. She, before she wakes her daughter up, she gets her singing bowl, which I also bought one of these singing bowls from Amazon. I'll let you hear me play it. This was only like, I think, maybe between $7 and $15. Hers was $100, okay? But these are used for vibrational healing. It's a Himalayan singing bowl. Hers is in the key of C. Mine, I don't know what key it's in. But I found myself coming across these more and more in Instagram vids. And the more I came across them, the sound that it made just really resonated with me. So I'm not an expert in it. I don't play this like every single day. I try to, but I don't. But it took me a while to learn how to play this, but I'll let you hear it. So I bought this off of Amazon, and the sound just really, I don't know. It just soothes me. It just really soothes me. So I bought this and I got my sage incense, honey. I've always had crystals. I've always kept crystals. I don't know if you can see them right now, but I've always kept crystals just around. I've never really like known the meaning of them besides the meaning they show at the store when you purchase them. I got these from a store called Infinity's Inn here in Charlotte. I've always been into rocks because I had a rock collection when I was a kid. But we're not going to go into that. Maybe I'll tell y'all a story one day about my rock collection story and my show and tell experience, y'all. But I've always carried rocks when I was a kid. My grandma on my dad's side always, you know, encouraged me to keep a collection of something. And then I bought these crystal chakra bracelets off of Amazon, which, like I said, I do make these now. I'm thinking about selling them. I have been selling a few on my Instagram for $5, but it's $3 to ship, so I gotta kind of sell it for $8. But if you want one, just let me know. DM me or message me that you want one, and I will make you one personally. But it's just for fun. I'm not like trying to take y'all money or nothing. You can get them on Amazon and get them the next day. So, you know, that's neither here nor there. But like, I've just really been having fun with this experience. It's just been fun. And so that's all I wanted to share with you guys. This is the path I'm on. This is the steps I've been taking to make myself a better person. This is what I meditate a lot more now. It's been helping me feel better health-wise when I work out at the gym. Even with the law of attraction, I told you guys I'm an empath, and I've always attracted good, positive things to me. So I'm just so happy I actually found something that I can get in line with. So this is why I have kind of been in my turtle shell, because I have been like studying in all these different things and writing my butt off. I just got this notebook yesterday. I love you to the moon and back. And if you can't see, but it has the star constellations in the book. Like, oh my God, I'm so happy I found this. I saw a girl get with one of these on YouTube recently, but she got hers from Target. And then I've been being more organized. I got me a little planner here that I've been writing in. And all I have been doing is writing, writing, and writing. This is my workout book too. This is what I write, what I eat. This is my food diary and my workout book. I write what I eat in here in a day, and just you know, how I've been feeling, my mood and things like that, and my goals that I want to achieve. Oh, and this book has some positive quotes and stuff like that in there. So I love writing in this because it's like a guided writing versus just me writing in different notebooks. But I just wanted to share with you guys where I was, where I've been, and what I've been up to. And I hope this guys gives you somewhat of an explanation, more in detail why I've been gone. And sometimes you just got to pull away for a little bit to jump back into things. You know what I mean? Step back, take a few steps back to take a couple leaps forward later on. So if you guys want, I'll do a poll in one of these corners here. If you want to see the where I work video and like how I'm able to work and I get disability next, or if you want me to do a video on my weight loss and like, you know, me trying to show y'all like the difference, the before and after. It's not like a big huge change, but I do want to share it with y'all what I've been doing, my journey with this, like being on phentermine, on weight loss pills and working out consistently since January and things like that. Like I definitely want to give you guys what you want to see, being that I'm trying to change things up a bit. So I love you guys so much. Oh, by the way, everyone's doing great on my end, my son and everything, and I hope everything's going great on you guys. And I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you are new to my channel. And I hope you love what you saw here today. If you are new, thank you for becoming a neighbor, and share, like, comment on this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to take the poll. Love you guys. Peace.